Hello, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name's Jordyn, and today we're going to do a haul of all the books that I bought on Independent Bookstore Day. Let's do it. I went to three bookstores. I went to Blue House Books in Kenosha, Thirst in Milwaukee, and The Well-Read Damsel in Milwaukee. At Blue House Books, I got a blind date with a book. This is supposed to be a literary fiction. Got this because it sounded really interesting and it was a synopsis that I've never heard of before. So let me read it to you and let me know what you think. This blind date is a book for people who don't know who they are without the books they love. Grappling with a devastating diagnosis, a best-selling author turns to an 11-year-old superfan to help her complete her final book before it's too late. But the young girl harbors her own dark secrets, and tensions mount as her diagnosis worsens until both swirl into an inevitable but bone-shocking conclusion. When the author of a beloved fantasy series can no longer write, it raises the question: who needs the fictional world more, the writer or the fans? So, if you have any ideas on what this book is, don't let me know because I might read this in a future vlog. Next, we went to The Well-Read Damsel. I got The War of Lost Hearts, Book 3. I did read this series at the beginning of the last year, but I listened to it. I loved it, devoured it. Carissa Broadbent knew what she was doing. I loved the indie covers, but by the time I was getting ready to buy them, they were either too expensive or no longer available because they're traditionally publishing them. So I had to settle with the traditionally published one. It's not bad, but it's just not as pretty as the indie published. Next, I got another fantasy. This is Soulfire, installment one of the Godfire series. This is signed, first of all. It has a signed plate, Samantha Nell. This is about an FMC who has been locked in a tower, kind of like Rapunzel. No, locked in a castle, very secluded. She's at an engagement ball. The MMC is a mysterious assassin who he is assigned to go capture her. And then the next thing you know, there's a bounty on both of their heads. So I don't know about you, but to me, this sounded really good. So I picked it up. Next, we have two books in the DC Stars series. I've been wanting to read this series for a very long time. I bought Sinbin a couple months ago at the Well-Read Damsel actually because it was signed. I'm slowly collecting the rest of the series. So we have Face Off. This is the first book. The FMC in this book wants to be a hockey player. It's like her lifelong dream. And the MMC is a hockey player. He's like the best player on the team. And she has a rule where she doesn't date hockey players. And then we have Hat Trick. This is actually the fourth book in the series. This one is about a hockey player who gets into a car accident. Something happens where he has to get his leg amputated. And then later down the line, he meets Lexi, his personal trainer, who is proudly single, and their story goes from there. The last book that I got at the Well-Read Damsel is actually another blind date with a book. This has two books in it, books 1 and 2 in a series. It is Hockey Romance. One of them, I believe, it has two different tropes. So I think one is for one book and one is for another book. We have Why Choose and Best Friend's Brother. And from what I can feel, they feel like hardcovers and they're pretty thin. So I don't think I know what's in here. There is nothing I hate more than picking up a blind date with a book, reading the synopsis, and being like, I know exactly what's in there, because that would be a waste of money because it's not a surprise when you open it. Both of these books, I have no idea what's in here, and I'm really excited to read them. I would like to do a vlog where I read all three of these books. Let me know if you want to see that. Next, we're going to go into Thirst. Thirst had some booths outside of their, actually backtrack, rewind. When we entered the Well-Read Damsel, they were doing a prize wheel, and it was either get free bookmark or a free sticker. And I got a free bookmark. This is a magnetic bookmark. It says, "Don't ask me what I'm reading." Next, we're going into the books that I bought from Thirst. Had two booths outside. There were candles and some apparel and some books and bookmarks and things like that. Downstairs, they had an author event where they had two different authors, their books, and one of them just sounded so good I had to pick it up. And it's actually two books in the series. I don't know if there's more books in the series, if this is duology, if there's more coming. I have no idea, but these were the only two available at that time that it was down there. So we have A God of Moonlight and Stardust and An Air of Darkness and Ruin. She described these as The Mandalorian meets dystopian, but include some vampires. Oh, and also a Why Choose. Me, as a Star Wars girly, picked them up immediately because she was telling us that she wanted to create a book that was dystopian, but was very different from everything she's seen out there. And I think she might have just hit the nail on the head with this one. So I am really excited to get into these two books. She also had some character art. She said that this character, I can't remember his name because there was little like character art and nameplates for all of the characters in these books. Can't remember them. She said we meet this one in the second book, but we hear about him and know of him in the first book. And then we have this as well. It looks like maybe some shadow magic, and I don't know what this is. Maybe lightning? Maybe? We'll see. Power Play by Chelsea Curto. Another book in the DC Star series. I think this is the second book. This is single mom and hockey goalie goes to Vegas on a trip and wakes up and they're married. I'm sorry? I'm sorry, what? This sounds really good. So I now own all of the books in the DC Star series except for Slapshot. I will be getting that soon. And I don't know when I'll read these, but I am so excited to read this series. We have Next in Line by Amy Dawes. This is part of the Wait With Me series. I was introduced to Amy Dawes by reading the 9-month contract, installment 1 of the Mountain Men Matchmakers series. I've read all of those books, and I'm really excited for the fourth book and final book to come out, Bad Boy Era, which is Everly's story, who is the niece that is the matchmaker, mastermind behind every single couple. If that sounded good, go read those immediately. The Wait With Me series is one of her first series that was indie published and is now getting traditionally published. This might be the fifth book in the series. I'm not quite sure. This is her brother's best friend, and I love my girl Amy Dawes, so she can do no wrong. And it is signed, so add it to the collection. Last but not least, we have The Crush by Ren Brown. I have seen this cover. It is the first book in a series. Did not know what it was about until I read the back. And you know what sold me? I'll read it to you. What if he's always it for me and I'm never it for him? For as long as I can remember, I have been completely infatuated with Daniel Rios. A shame because not only is he 12 years older and painfully indifferent to my existence, but Daniel also left 8 years ago, signing up to join the DEA while I was still signing out of homeroom. Now I'm just back from college, right back under my family's supervision, and more than a little surprised to find I'm not the only one back home. This time, is it too much to hope that he might see me too? So, if you know anything about me, I will eat up an age gap romance. So, immediately add to cart. So, last but not least, I got a keychain. It says, "We didn't even kiss." If you know, you know. These are all the books that I bought on Independent Bookstore Day. Make sure that you support your local independent bookstore as much as you can. Hit that thumbs up if you like this video. Comment down below if you want to see a reading vlog with any of these books, or if you want to see me read those blind dates with a book, and subscribe for more content. Bye.